On Friday night, the Kansas City Chiefs played their second preseason game, which they lost to the Seattle Seahawks with a final score of 33-16. A notable aspect of this game was the absence of several key starters for the Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, Trent McDuffie, and Chris Jones were all on the sidelines. Typically, head coach Andy Reid has all of the Chiefs' starting players participate in at least one drive during every preseason game. While Reid did not give a reason for sitting some starters this week, he has already clarified the strategy for the final preseason game. According to Harold Kuntz of Fox 4, Reid announced on a radio broadcast last night that the first-string players, the ones, will play against the Bears next Friday. Reid further stated, "That was always the plan." These comments from Reid are consistent with what the Chiefs fan base, known as Chiefs Kingdom, has come to expect during Mahomes' time as quarterback. Playing the starters in the final week of the preseason is a strategic move, as they will not practice in full pads again until Friday, September 5th, for their game against the Los Angeles Chargers in Brazil. Furthermore, it will serve as a valuable assessment of the starting offense's readiness heading into the regular season. Even though the defensive schemes will be basic, the Chicago Bears defense has been formidable for opposing offenses during their joint practices. This past Friday, Chicago hosted the Buffalo Bills, one of Kansas City's main rivals. In that practice session, the Bears defense intercepted Josh Allen twice and deflected multiple other passes. The week before, Chicago had a dominant performance against the Miami Dolphins, intercepting Tua Tagovailoa 3 times. Before that practice, Tua had only thrown 1 interception throughout all of training camp. If Chicago decides to play their starters, the game could be a useful tune-up for Mahomes and the offense as they prepare for 2 very significant games to start the season. As previously mentioned, Kansas City will face the Chargers in Week 1. Winning that game would give the Chiefs an early advantage in their division. The following week, Kansas City is scheduled for a Super Bowl rematch against the Philadelphia Eagles. Although Chicago's defense is not currently at the same level as the Eagles, it may not be far behind by the end of the 2025 season. If Mahomes and the Chiefs' starting offense can perform well against the Bears' starting defense next week, it could signal great things for the Chiefs' offense in 2025. Chiefs Kingdom should certainly watch the starters with close attention next Friday. Patrick Mahomes has confessed he was skeptical when Travis Kelce initially told him he was dating Taylor Swift. He only believed it after seeing the couple together in person. Mahomes and Kelce have been teammates on the Chiefs since 2017, forging one of the most successful partnerships in NFL history and a strong friendship away from football. Speaking on ESPN's The Kingdom, the star quarterback remembered the moment Kelce told him about the relationship, which was days before Swift's first appearance at Arrowhead Stadium in September 2023. He told me during the week, Mahomes said in the series, "It was one of those where I got to see it until I believe it." Despite his initial skepticism, Mahomes said that once he saw the couple together, it was evident that there was a genuine connection. Swift's presence at Arrowhead for the Chiefs' Week 3 game against the Chicago Bears confirmed their relationship and set off a media frenzy. Mahomes added, "You definitely felt the buzz, and you could see people in the stadium gravitating towards where she was up there. At the same time, we had business to handle." Since that time, she has become a frequent attendee at Chiefs games, often seen in suites with Brittany Mahomes, Patrick's wife. Swift and Brittany have formed their own close friendship, often seen cheering together during games and attending off-field events throughout the season. The two have been photographed celebrating wins, going to dinners, and enjoying nights out in New York with other well-known friends. Meanwhile, this week, Swift made a subtly pointed remark towards male NFL fans while appearing on Kelce's podcast, New Heights. As we all know, you guys have a lot of male sports fans that listen to your podcast. And I think we all know that if there's one thing that male sports fans want to see in their spaces and on their screens, it's more of me, she said sarcastically. Swift was awkwardly jeered in February when she arrived at the Caesars Superdome to support Travis and the Kansas City Chiefs. The pop star was met with boos from a large portion of the 66,000-strong crowd when she was shown on the Jumbotron for the first time during the Super Bowl, which the Chiefs ultimately lost in a humiliating defeat to the Philadelphia Eagles. With the stadium seemingly having more Eagles fans than members of Chiefs Kingdom, Swift did not receive a warm welcome when the cameras focused on her before the game's difficult outcome unfolded. The 35-year-old singer seemed to notice the booing, responding with a mocking side-eye as the noise relentlessly echoed throughout the packed stadium. At this stage, there is a three-way competition for the third and fourth running back positions in Kansas City, behind Isaiah Pacheco and Kareem Hunt, and two players are beginning to distinguish themselves. Carson Steele has an advantage over Elijah Mitchell in the competition for a roster spot in Kansas City, because he also has the ability to play fullback. However, it was apparent on Friday that Andy Reid considers Steele more than just a fullback. He was the first Chiefs running back to get a carry in the game, ending with 4 carries on the team's first drive. While it's true the Chiefs were not using their full lineup of starters, it is still significant that Steele received those early carries, whereas Mitchell didn't get his first touch until midway through the second quarter. By that time, Steele had already recorded 6 carries. It is also noteworthy that Mitchell averaged 2.3 yards per carry and was tackled in the end zone for a safety. Regarding running back Brazzard Smith, the rookie seems like a definite choice to make the Chiefs roster at this point because of his versatility. He started his college career at Miami in 2021 as a wide receiver before switching to running back in 2024 when he transferred to SMU. Since he is new to the position, he still has much to learn about playing it, but his athleticism is exceptional, and he can be a significant threat as a receiver out of the backfield. Smith averaged 7.3 yards per carry on Friday, finishing with the same total rushing yards as Carson Steele despite having 4 fewer attempts. He was also targeted twice in the passing game, catching both for 16 yards. Because neither Mitchell nor Steele are players who contribute much in the receiving game, it seems those two are in a direct competition for a single roster spot, while Smith has likely already secured his.